This video is about Reserve Bank of India, which is called Bankers Bank, Apex Bank and Controlling Bank, and this helps Finance Ministry also. Reserves, which is kept as by all the banks with Reserve Bank of India, is close to 46,69,426 crore. That is a reserve which Reserve Bank of India is enjoying. It is headquartered at Mumbai, India. It deals with the Indian rupee in currency. The founder of Reserve Bank of India is during the British period. It is founded on 1st April 1935 in Kolkata. Jurisdiction falls within India. Governor of Reserve Bank of India is Mr. Shaktikanta Das. RBI was established following the RBI Act of 1934. Though privately owned initially, it was nationalized in 1949 and since then fully owned by Ministry of Finance, Government of India. RBI was conceptualized in accordance with the guidelines presented by Dr. Ambedkar to the Hilton-Young Commission, also known as Royal Commission on Indian Currency and Finance, based on his book. The Problem of the Rupee, its origin and its solution, that is the name of the book. In 1926, the Hilton-Young Commission recommended the setting up of RBI. At the time of establishment, the authorized capital of the RBI was 5 crore. The government share in this was only 20 to 22 lakhs. So 1935 to 1949, so the transformation period. RBI was founded in 1935, 1st April, to respond to economic troubles after the First World War. Bank was set up based on the recommendations of the 1926 Royal Commission of Indian Currency and Finance, also known as Hilton-Young Commission. Eventually, Central Legislative Assembly was passed and these guidelines as the RBI Act 1934. It was established in Kolkata but was moved to Mumbai in 1937. RBI also acted as Burma's, now Myanmar, central bank until April 1947. Even though Burma seceded from the Indian Union in 1937, after the partition of India in August 1947, the bank served as the central bank for Pakistan until 1948, when the State Bank of Pakistan commenced operations. Though set up as a shareholders bank, RBI has been fully owned by the Government of India since its nationalization in 1949. In the year 1950, the Indian government under its Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru developed a centrally planned economic policy that focused on the agricultural sector. The administered nationalized commercial bank and established based on the Banking Companies Act 1949. A central bank regulation are part of RBI. Furthermore, the central bank was ordered to support economic plans with loans. So between 1961 and 68, as a result of bank crashes, RBI was requested to establish and monitor a deposit insurance system, which is called DICGC, you are all aware, meant to restore trust in the bank. It was initialized on 7th December 1961. Indian government founded funds to promote the economy and used the slogan developing banking. Government of India restructured the national bank market and nationalized a lot of institutions. As a result, RBI had to play the bank of a central part in controlling and supporting the public sector banking. So in the year 1969 to 84, Indira Gandhi headed government nationalized 14 commercial banks upon Indira Gandhi's return to power in 1980. A further six banks got nationalized. The regulation of the economy and especially the financial sector was reinforced by the Government of India in 1970 and in 1980. The Banking Commission was established on Wednesday 29 January 1969 to analyze banking costs, effect of legislations and banking procedures, including non-banking financial intermediaries and indigenous banking on Government of India economy. The branch was forced to establish 2 new offices in the country for for every newly established office in a town. The oil crisis in 1973 resulted in increasing inflation, and RBI restricted monetary policy to reduce the effects. So, RBI not only had control on the banks, it also had an impact on playing a level player in the economic reforms. Between 1985 and 1990, a lot of committees analyzed the Indian economy. Their results had effect on RBI. The Board for Industrial and Finance Reconstruction investigated the national economy as a whole. So the National Housing Bank was founded in 1988. That forced it to invest in property market, and a new financial law improved the versatility of direct deposit by more security measures and liberalization. Between 1991 and 99, what happened to RBI? The national economy contracted in July 1991 as the Indian rupee was devalued. Currency lost 18% of its value to US dollar. And Narasimham Committee advised restructuring the financial sector by a temporal reduced reserve ratio as well as a statutory liquidity ratio, which is called CRR and SLR. New guidelines were formed. So National Stock Exchange of India took trade on in January 1994, and RBI allowed nationalized banks in July to interact with capital market to reinforce their capital base. The central bank founded a subsidiary called Bharatiya Reserve Bank Note Mudran Private Limited in the year 1995. So what happened since 2000? FEMA 1999 came into force in June 2000. It improved the funding position of India and balance of trade position. National economy's growth rate was down to 5.8% in the last quarter of 2008 and 2009. In April 2018, RBI announced the entities regulated by RBI shall not deal with or provide services to any individual or business entities dealing with or settling virtual currencies, including bitcoins. While RBI later clarified that it has not prohibited virtual currencies, a 3-judge panel of Supreme Court of India issued a ruling on March 4, 2020 that RBI had failed to show at least some semblance of any damage suffered by its regulated entities. So a lot of things have taken place on Bitcoin area. So what is the structure of Reserve Bank of India? The Central Board of Directors is the main committee of the central bank. Government of India appoints the directors for a 4-year term. The board consists of a governor and not more than 4 deputy governors, 4 directors to represent the regional boards, 2 usually the Economic Affairs Secretary and the Financial Secretary from the Ministry of Finance, and 10 other directors from various fields. The Reserve Bank under Raghuram Rajan's governorship wanted to create a post of Chief Operating Officer (COO) in the rank of Deputy Governor and wanted to reallocate work between the 5 of them, 4 Deputy Governor and the COO. The bank is headed by the Governor, currently Mr. Shaktikanta Das. There are currently 4 Deputy Governors, Mahesh Kumar, Mr. Rajeshwar, Michael Patra and Mr. T. Rabi Shankar. These were the 4 Deputy Governors. 2 of the 4 Deputy Governors are traditionally from RBI ranks and are selected from bank's executive directors. One is nominated from among the chairpersons of public sector banks and the other is an economist. An administrative service officer can also be appointed as a Deputy Governor of RBI and later as the Governor of RBI, as with the case of Y. Venugopal Reddy and Duvi Subbarao. Other persons forming part of the Central Board of Directors of the RBI are Nakitek Moore, Y.C. Deveshwar, Professor Damodar Acharya, Ajay Tyagi and Anjuli Dugal. So RBI has 4 regional representations: North in New Delhi, South in Chennai, East in Kolkata and West in Mumbai. The representations are formed by 5 members appointed for 4 years by the central government and with the advice of the Central Board of Directors serve as a forum for regional banks and to deal with delegated tasks of the Central Board. It has 2 training colleges for its officers: Reserve Bank of India Training College Chennai and college namely National Institute of Bank Management (NIBM), Indira Gandhi Institute of Development Research, Institute of Development and Research in Banking. There are also 4 zonal training centers: Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata and New Delhi. So it deals with financial supervision amongst the major control measures, managing foreign currency, foreign issuance of currency, and it also acts as bankers' bank, regulator of the banking system. It plays a development role for the economy. For the printing of notes, RBI uses 4 facilities. Security Printing and Minting Corporation of India, a wholly owned company of the Government of India, has printing presses at Nashik, Maharashtra and Devas, Madhya Pradesh. The Bharatiya Reserve Bank Note Mudran Private Limited, owned by RBI, has printing facilities in Mysore, Karnataka and Salboni in West Bengal. So these are the 4 places where currencies are getting printed. What are they? One is Nashik, the other one is Devas in Madhya Pradesh, third one is Mysore, fourth one is Salboni in West Bengal. These are the 4 places. For the minting of coins, SPMCIL has 4 mints. One is in Mumbai, the other one is in Noida, third one is in Calcutta and fourth one is in Hyderabad for coin production. While coins are minted and rupee 1 notes are issued by Government of India, RBI works as an agent of Government of India for the distribution and handing of coins. So coins are minted by Government of India. RBI prints the currency notes. So they are authorized to print rupees 500, rupees 2000 notes effective from 8th November 2016. The old series of 1000 and 500s were banned in the year on 8th November 2016 and are no longer in use. Earlier 1000 rupee notes have been discarded by the RBI. So these are the major functions and the roles of Reserve Bank of India. I hope this video clarifies and gives more input about the role of RBI in the economy and as a controlling authority as a whole. Thank you very much for patiently watching. Bye.